Problematic Names podcast. My name is Timi.
And I'm Simi.
And this week we have a guest, a really special guest who came all the way from Houston, Texas.
Shout out to my name is Anthony, better known as Trill AC. Happy to be here, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, everything's on the table today. Let's get into it.
Okay, so if you guys follow Anthony or Trill AC on Twitter, you guys know
one of the most polarizing people.
He always has a topic that has a timeline on fire, okay? And it's usually around, male-female dynamics, dating, little advice here and there.
But before we get into that, I just want you to, tell us about your Twitter journey. How did you get the following you have now? Have you always been on Twitter?
I made my Twitter in 2009, and when I first
met,
and we used to be on it somewhat, and then I kind of took a break and then picked it back up in 2010. I had a summer job. Me and my boy Kenny, who's also on the show with me. Shout out to Crew Season. But yeah, so we would be at work and we'd just be bored. And we'd just be online tweeting every day. Back then, if y'all remember, it was BlackBerry versus iPhone arguments and different things like that. So, we would go back and forth on that a lot, and it would get a lot of traction. And, you look up, a couple years later, I had maybe 2,000, 3,000 followers. And then the tweets started hitting certain people, like Ocho Cinco retweeted a couple, King Keyron retweeted a couple. And, next thing you know, you have 10,000 and then 15,000. Then the more followers you get, the faster you accumulate.
And now you got 44K, something around
45. So.
He get the number right.
Not really the numbers, I think around 45.
Simi was over here looking salty because she wasn't
I know what she's
going to say. I tried to tell her.
Pause. We're not going to talk over each other on this podcast, all right?
So you won't cut me off.
Listen, when you said, the BlackBerry versus iPhone thing, she looked at me all funny because, I wasn't on Twitter at that time. I joined in 2013.
She would talk so much shit.
Listen,
what do y'all do? Y'all keep talking about y'all days? Who wants to know about y'all days?
But that conversation, the BlackBerry and the iPhone, it made it to Facebook.
Sure.
I was there. I was one of them. So I know what he was talking about. When did you realize that okay, this is the type of stuff I gotta talk about to keep people's attention? Were you about different things before, and then you were I'm gonna really brand myself as?
The thing, the whole brand myself thing, right? A lot of people get that confused. I didn't really set out to make a brand. Even today, I don't get on and intentionally. Well, not all the time. Let me rephrase. Sometimes I do. I'm bored and I just want to conduct social experiments, But most of the time, it's just me just getting on. I scroll the timeline, see what they're talking about, and just give my opinion. Now, in the back of my head, I do realize that the more polarizing what you say, the faster the tweet goes, or the more people it reaches. And a lot of times, most people on Twitter don't want to deal with the outrage, or don't want to deal with the backlash that comes with tweeting certain things. Me, I don't really care. So I'm going to say what I feel. It's not me reaching. It's not, even if I'm playing devil's advocate, I'll find something about it that I agree with, and I just drive on that point.
No, you see, I think that's a good thing, because I think there's a difference between, Twitter famous people, right? There's those people that will just say whatever just to get, instantaneous. Most of the time, you're not even believing this. You just want to say something to get a reaction. So you genuinely believe the stuff that you tweet. These are your opinions.
For sure, unless, maybe the 2% of the time. Like I said, I'm conducting social. Recently, I had a topic about who has a higher sex drive between women and men. And that kind of went crazy, you know what I'm saying?
What was the consensus?
Consensus was that women have more higher sex drive, which I agree with. But I do feel
Why? Why do you feel like that?
Well, because I think that men, let me go back to what I was saying on Twitter was that men have a higher sex drive. I basically played the devil's advocate role, saying that because we are less restrictive as far as the people we would have sex with, it makes our sex drive higher. But in reality, I know that, say if we're in a relationship, say me and you in a relationship, especially when you get around 30, you're going to want to have sex a whole lot more compared to when we're younger. The man typically has a high sex drive. When you get around 30, 29, 31, the woman gets a little more aggressive, and we actually start slowing down. So and that goes from then into the rest of your life. So y'all have a longer period of high sex drive. So in turn, y'all do have more sex drive.
I said something polarizing one time about the sex drive thing a couple years back, and it made somebody mad. But I remember there was a video circulating about a man having sex with a GOAT or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and y'all trying to say women have higher sex drive. You don't do this. You only see men fucking inanimate objects and actual animals and stuff. Yeah.
Pussy pockets and shit.
Yeah, like y'all are animals. Animals. We have standards, okay? So I think the fact that our sex drive isn't so high that we can't control our standards.
We don't just carry around dildos with us.
Yeah. Let me get one off.
No. Just to get out. I mean, we might have them, but y'all have a pocket pussy. It's called a pocket pussy for a reason. What you need a pussy in your pocket for if you and I didn't go out in public? You know?
See, I think it boils down to, which is what that conversation ended up going to. It boils down to, again, y'all being more restrictive with your options compared to us. Like, now, me personally, I kind of feel like, because like women have a higher
libido?
What is it? No, it's just that y'all are able to restrict y'all sexual urges more.
Oh, yeah, self-control.
Bingo. So it's a matter of, does that mean that you guys don't have a higher sex drive? That's what the thing ended up going to. Because I know women that, watching this right now, are going to be watching it right now, that probably haven't had sex in a year because they're waiting on the right person.
Yeah.
Most men are not like that. Most men, okay, if we don't have the right person, okay, cool. We got 3 or 4 different women that we're going to use just for that until we find the right person.
You don't have to like her. You don't even have to be attracted to her all the time either.
We can have sex with her and see her again and not even wait.
But I think the difference is that there's a lot more thought that goes behind us having sex with somebody versus men. I think sex dictates our dating life a little bit more with men. I feel like men, you guys are allowed to have your sexual past and your history, and it's not going to affect your dating life as much as it would a woman. That's changing though. I feel like I haven't had a guy ask me about my body count in a minute. Thank God. So like.
But that's because you're getting older. And see, the older you get, closer you get to 30, you start realizing, okay. I start looking at my count, and I'm thinking, okay, I've done some damage in these 30 years, so I'm pretty sure, even if she's not there, she's close. So let me not ask. I think more so the concern these days are who you've had sex with, not how many. Do I know them? That's what's going to cause the issue. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as the number, I mean, you can tell, because most women lie anyway. Most women are going to tell you 3.
Of course, yeah.
3 is the go-to number.
You got to divide everything by 3.
Yeah,
even if your body count is 3, I ain't fucking nobody. I won't fuck one person.
Exactly. And the thing is, we know that. And we don't really want to know the truth, even the guys that ask.
Because there's so many times where it really doesn't count.
I know.
No, bro, if I don't come, it don't count.
If I didn't like you, it don't count.
It don't count. Like, if it was right after a breakup, my emotionally damaged phase, it don't count.
If it was only once, it don't count.
It don't count.
So, I'm glad you guys said that. Let me rephrase it. So, if we're in a relationship, say me and you're in a relationship, you just said that if you didn't come, it don't count. You said if it's one time, it don't count. So, if I cheat once, does that same rule apply?
Hell no.
No, it's in a relationship. That's
different. You're not supposed to cheat in a relationship.
Like, I'm talking about the body counts we acquire when we're single. 80% of them don't count.
Because technically, you don't even need to know that information anyway, so why I gotta be truthful for it?
Yeah!
Most times you don't even know about getting cheated on anyway. So, because we just said that it takes more for y'all to have sex compared to us.
Unpopular opinion.
Listen. And this is so, because I shouldn't say this because it's just like, it's giving you license. I feel like it's giving you license. But let's say I'm with somebody, let's say married. I'm married, years in or whatever. You cheat on me, and you know I'm never going to find out, and you know you're not going to do it again. Like, you just know.
Tell me.
I don't want to know.
Ignorance is bliss in this situation.
So wait, so is it just your ignorance, or is it everybody else?
Honestly, I think it's everybody else.
Everybody else.
People say they want to know, but you don't really want to know.
Nobody really wants to know. I know so many girls who are like, if I could go back and never go through his phone and find out, damn, why'd I have to find this one picture that made me go look her up on Instagram? And I looked in her tag photos, and then boom.
That's why I said don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Like, unless you're prepared to actually act on it.
Let your man cheat in peace. Unless you're ready to leave him.
Thank you.
So why do so many of y'all do that then?
Because
Can you guys speak to that?
Why do so many women do what?
Search for, become FBI detectives for things
they're
not going to do.
Because we have this belief and we know this, but I will still go look through my man's shit.
There is sometimes where I'm just like, ignorance is, but I don't even want to know even if it is. I think, honestly, the only reason why we do it is just because, like, we overthink and process situations so much that it's just like, what are the odds that my ass is actually right? Like, have you ever done that? Just to be like, what if I was right, though? You know, it's just to feed our own curiosity.
Like, yeah, I'm just curious, and I just need to know. Because, like, now it's like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, and I need to know if I was right. I just need to know.
So, okay, boom. Yeah. So you find out you're right, you cheated. What happens then?
And then it's like, fuck.
Now I know. I was not ready for my world to change like this.
I really think he was cheating though.
Like, can I pretend like I never seen this? Like, can I trick myself?
But you can't though.
You can't.
And you can't. And then you gotta end it.
So hold tight. So if you find out, so say you just find out, nobody else found out.
Nobody else found out.
Is there a higher chance of you taking him back?
Oh, I said this on my last podcast. 98% of women will take a man back if nobody knows that she got cheated on. If nobody finds out, most people will forgive it.
And listen to
and that's not even just women. I won't say 98%. I'll say like 75, 70.
Men, yeah.
You would be surprised. A lot of men will, if nobody knows.
I know men personally.
I know multiple men who've taken back a girl that cheated on them.
So y'all saying out of 10 men, 7, 8, no.
7.
7 you gotta round up. So 8 men.
Okay, no, it's 7. Let me go down to 70.
So 7 men will stay
6.
if nobody else knows. Exactly.
6.
See how the numbers going down?
I'll say 6. 6 of the 10 men would still stay if nobody ever finds out.
So you're not staying with a woman that cheats on you?
No.
If nobody knows?
No. It won't. Once you give my vagina away and I find out, it's over. Because it is mine essentially. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like a lot of people don't realize what it takes for a man to be in that relationship, right? Most men are talking, let me rephrase this, most attractive men are talking about 6 to 7 different women depending, when he meets you, right? So say he's
6 to 7?
Oh, yeah, that's generous, but that's neither here nor there. 6 or 7 men, 6 to 7 women, right? And he meets you, and you guys are going on dates. He still got these 6 or 7 in the tuck. All of a sudden, you start standing out more, right? And it's a process of elimination. So we start getting rid of these. We have to start getting rid of these 6 women. So we whittle our way down, and it hurts because we may have those 6 women. They all serve a purpose. One of them has amazing sex. One of them cooks well. One of them has great conversation. One of them, you know what I'm saying? It's just little things that they bring to the table, and we can deal with them when we want to deal with them, so it's convenient. So when we meet you, and we realize you want to be in a relationship, so we say, okay, she's serious. She said, okay, if you don't stop talking to these people, I'm going to leave. So now we got to figure out how we're going to hurt these women's feelings, cut them down, and then settle, well, not settle, and then a process of elimination end up with you. So when you cheat on us, all of that plays in
all the hoes you gave up.
Bingo. And that's not including the hoes that after we cuff you, that's going to be chasing us, which doubles.
Because that doesn't happen to us. We don't have hoes. We don't have niggas on our line.
No.
And you know what was funny?
Don't lie
on this camera.
No, just for the sake of being transparent,
let's go.
There's a lot of women who put all their eggs in one basket really fast.
No, that's exactly the point.
And even without and they drop every single dude that they've been messing with because there's that one dude. We had one great date. Honestly, I'm tired of these niggas.
No, I was just gonna make that point because you were saying possible elimination. We find things we like this one, da. Like it takes you guys longer. Y'all really have a period of selection. It's whereas ours is a lot shorter than yours. So I think that's where the discrepancy is.
Do you think that we know what we want more than you guys do?
I think so.
No, because every man knows what he wants. It's just a matter of when we feel like we're gonna be ready to settle down and actually, accept what's coming to us, which will be that relationship. Like most guys, not it'll take us long. If we meet you and we have a, say, 30-hour conversation, we tend to put women in 2 categories, right? One of those categories are, okay, she has no potential, we can have sex, we can kick it, but she's not going to be our girl. And then we have another category where, okay, she has potential. This girl has a head on straight. This girl has amazing sex. This girl is easy to talk to. Okay, so she has potential to be that. So we're going to put her to the side out of those 6 or 7 women I'm talking about.
Because she truly believes, I am that second category.
I know I'm not, but that's not even what I'm going to say. That's a cute answer. But here's the truth. The truth is, you guys have better options than we do. So of course it's harder. It's gonna be harder to make that selection versus you'll probably have you said 6, 7 in your roster or whatever, and maybe 4 or 5 of those girls are solid. They're all really, they have all the checklists, and now it's just down to
then you get to
every single day. Yeah,
you get to be really picky,
and that's what takes time. Versus for us, it's let's say I'm on a normal rotation, maybe we have 3 to 5.
I don't even think it's 5.
I don't even think I'm because like I know for me it's on the lower end, but like I know some women like
It depends what you consider somebody on your roster.
Let's go. Okay.
Because
define that.
Okay, define a roster. To me, if you're like on my roster, we're kicking it at least like every other week at the bare minimum. Like every other week we see each other. Sex. But is it for sure sex? Like, have you ever been in a situation where like
I'm not considering you if we haven't had sex?
Period. Okay, so sex. We see each other semi-frequently or frequently, and
I could be able to just hit you up to talk to you about whatever I want to talk to you about.
I won't need to like even if I want to double text you, I won't feel weird like he hasn't texted me back in like an hour.
Yeah.
I don't want to send this tweet.
Yeah.
Should I not do that? Like no, I don't have that insecurity.
I gotta be able to like send you like a funny tweet or a video or whatever. Like we gotta have that type of relationship. So that's my roster.
So most people. So how many of those do you have currently?
I can't have more than 3 like than that.
Probably 2 maybe 2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay. So how does that process of elimination go? You guys have 2 or 3 men that are doing all of that.
You want to
how does that process
the one that's around, the one that's still there. It's true.
The one that don't play me.
Yeah. The one that don't play me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, we sound pathetic, but it's actually not that pathetic though.
Because it's a lot of women's reality.
It's a lot of women's reality, and then the reason why they eliminate themselves is because we're keeping our standards high. We're not settling. Like some men eliminate themselves because they don't want to do certain things, so they just eliminate themselves, and there's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is just keep our expectations.
But see, I think that boils down to because men are the same way. Like all of those women that we have, they typically don't really know about each other, but they know about each other because because every time you try to say, what are we dodge you or we curve you. So that typically means that he's talking to multiple women. And they'll stay around and try to prove themselves.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Oh, that's what I hate about us.
Because women are super competitive. They always compete with each other.
That's what I hate about us.
And we know that. So we play y'all against each other.
That's what I hate about y'all.
Like, being so honest.
I know you mean
that's talking in therapy.
Man, it's like, because like we really want to believe men are stupid.
No.
Like,
but they're really not.
They're like, y'all like, we need to stop this. All men are dumb. Like, not when it comes to that. You guys know exactly what you're doing.
Men are well aware of y'all vulnerabilities. We are well aware of it. And we play y'all based on y'all vulnerabilities. Not a woman that tends to hide better, that's normally who we end up with. Because it's like, okay, she has thick skin. She's not worried about the rest of these women. Not worried about the rest of these women. You feel what I'm saying? She's just coming around. It's always great energy. And she has, girlfriend qualities, wifey qualities.
You know what's so funny? I'm so sorry, but the last podcast we filmed, and at the end, one of the production team was trying to convince me to be vulnerable up front, and I was like, fuck that. Because they play, thank you. You see, y'all? I knew what I'm doing. You see, they play on our vulnerabilities. You can't show them too early. That's all I was trying to say.
You play your hand too early, and then it's like, okay, I got her in the tuck. So now I can just go do it.
She already telling me about her past traumas?
Okay, so like, but then the thing is though, like, you guys also don't want a woman that's too easy to get. You guys
wait.
Oh.
We don't want a woman that we put in that girlfriend category, sweet. Now, we don't mind adding you to the roster.
So if a girl approaches you and she wants to be your girlfriend, so she gotta be like what, like, because I feel like we gotta find the line between I want to play hard to get, I don't want to be too easy, but I don't want to be too difficult at the same time, right?
The thing is, and it goes both ways. Like, you gotta realize the mindset of people, right? We want what we can't have. So if you show interest early and let us know, okay, make it blatantly obvious, because women give terrible hints. That's another conversation for another day. But
I looked at you in the club
for longer than 3 seconds.
We made eye contact.
What more do you need?
Like what?
I made direct eye contact.
Terrible.
3 pictures. If I like 3, what more hint do you need?
Get in the DMs, nigga.
You and 20 other women like them pictures, and that's the problem. So it's about, getting back to what I said, it's about showing interest early and then making us chase you. That's the thing. Most women don't know how to do that. Most women either show interest early and they play their whole hand. Like, okay, this is you who I want to be with. I went through this in my past. I went through that. And that's another thing. Y'all got to stop telling us what y'all went through in y'all past. Because that lets us know where the bar is. So, okay, so my man used to beat on me. My man used to, so as long as I don't hit her, as long as I, as long as I keep my cheating discreet, I'm cool, and she gonna forever take me back. And we, again, man, are smart and play on y'all vulnerabilities. But to get back to what you said, show interest early, make us chase you. Because the more we feel like we can't have you, the harder we're gonna work to get you, and that goes both ways.
I mean, I think that's the thing, because I always, anytime the conversations of like exes and your past relationships come up, I'm always like, my ex was great. He did this, he was great.
That's smart.
I would never let him know his weaknesses.
Smart.
Yeah,
that's smart. I'm gonna start doing that.
Now, after we get into a relationship, you become my girl, then we can have a real conversation. Okay, now what went wrong? Because see, me, I'm the kind of person, like, say if I'm single, salute to my wife, I'm not single by the way, but if I was single,
nice
you know what I'm saying? Like
the bar is on the floor! The bar on the fucking floor! All he said was that he was married, she's like,
that's good. That's good for acknowledgement. Even though I saw the ring on your finger already.
Of course.
All right.
I'm so mad.
But shit, I lost.
I'm sorry, y'all. We always gotta call each other out.
But yeah, so but it's just a matter of just making us chase you, man. At the end of the day, like most men, like we want to chase. Even men that get attracted to women. We used to getting attracted to women, but still, say we talking 6 women, right? 5 of them will make themselves overly available to us, and that's a turnoff. It's a turnoff for you being our girlfriend. Now, we still gonna smash. Don't ever mistake that, because you're attractive and we like to have sex, so we gonna smash. But that removes you from that girlfriend category. So it's like you gotta show us you're interested and just chill, just relax, fall back. All them double texts you was talking about earlier, stop that. Stop that. Because when you start double texting, okay, I got her where I want her. Now I can just take my time.
Even if it's just like a funny video?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Alright, so I kind of don't have anything wrong with your process. The only thing I ask though, these women that you know you don't want a wife, but you gonna still smash, can you at least smash them like you don't want to wife them? Because one of the problems.
Don't make love to me, nigga.
All the kisses
swear
and
to God.
and all that
don't
stuff.
kiss me on the forehead when we done, nigga.
Don't do all that.
You know what the thing about that is, right? Is that I understand completely what y'all saying, right? You said don't smash, don't give grade A dick out, which I agree. But when you don't give grade A dick out, and then something forms that we typically call in cruise season, we call it a BDR. It's a bad dick report. So women talk, and we know y'all talk.
For sure.
So when we get that opportunity, we trying to like get in our bag, like elbow deep in our bag. So that way, even if we don't work out, and you talking to your girls, like, because most of y'all got group chats, do y'all? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So typically, if it's not your man, say we just talking. Typically, you be like, oh yeah, this nigga was, he did this, he did that, he had me bent over, ankles across my neck, all kinds of shit. So you telling your friends that, so that opens up the opportunity. All y'all friends are immediately interested again. But if we come in there and we give y'all C minus dick, then it's like he's not really good. So that's cutting off our options.
I for sure have had like a 2-day report. Like I tell y'all about it one day and then it was so good I had to like, but y'all don't understand. I gotta tell y'all more. I remembered more.
My dumbasses would be like, dang, I wish y'all could experience what I'm experiencing right now.
If y'all could experience this, there's a way I could just bag this shit up so y'all can experience this shit.
Give it time. Give it time. They will experience it. Give it time. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we give grade A dick. Because if we don't work, because most of y'all got friends, that are fine. So okay, if me and you don't work, y'all friends are trifling. And that's another thing that doesn't get.
Y'all friends are too?
True.
Okay.
But we known for being trifling.
Okay.
Y'all kind of get away with we're supportive. No, they're not. Your friends, if you slip, if you leave that opportunity open, they're going to dive in there. And you would never know about it. Because we're not going to tell you, and they damn sure not going to tell you.
This is a common theme that you guys talk about on damn near all of your episodes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so this must be a really common thing then.
Oh, it is. Damn. Because most women, just like my boy Smooth, shout out to my boy Smooth, man.
Oh,
if I can get you relatively quickly, I can typically get a good amount of your friends.
We gotta do better, ladies.
True.
Or we gotta be more trash like them.
I don't know what it is. Like, do you think it's easier for them to rise to our level, or we just have to come?
We need to cut our shit down. Like, I think one thing that we need to do is stop being so territorial over God.
That's not happening.
That's not happening.
Like,
I feel like
that's not happening.
I think we should be less territorial about people who used to mess with that we weren't in serious relationships with. Yeah. Like if we just smash, if me and the guy just smashed or went on a couple dates and it didn't work out, and you know for a fact I'm over him, There should be no reason why I'm still having dibs on niggas who I fucked with 5 years ago,
Agreed.
4 years ago, 6 years. Like, it's like, why? You have no feelings for this nigga whatsoever. But just because he touched you first, then all of a sudden, like, every single person, every single girl you're relatively cool with can't ever touch him.
Let me stop you. You just said that she has no feelings for him. That's not true. She had feelings for him. He just didn't return them. And that burned her the wrong way. So when it comes time to her friend, you talking to him, it's gonna cut different. Because I really wanted him, but he didn't want me, but he wants you. So now I'm taking that person. That's what y'all do.
Oh, okay. That is very, very true.
Okay, so what advice do you have? Not advice, but like, what are some things that like automatically just turn you off from women? Like, what she can do.
That's an interesting question. I would say complacency. I would say somebody that shows their hand too early turns me off, because that means that you typically are kind of desperate to get in a relationship. What else turns me off? Somebody that has to be seen. Somebody that has to document everything we do for social media. That's a turn off. Somebody that doesn't handle attention well, because all people don't. You know, it's a lot of people that used to be ugly, and then they get that attention. That's another thing. If y'all watching this, date somebody that's been in their glow up stage for a minute. Don't date somebody that's almost there or before they get there, because when they get there, you're gonna see a totally different person.
Yeah.
But back to what we were saying, somebody that can't handle attention, and like I said, and mainly just somebody that's just like that feel like they gotta be overbearing, that's showing their insecurity card too early. That's a turn off to me. Like, you know, I chose you for a reason. Act like it.
So, what are things that women do to show themselves too early, other than the double texting?
Like trying to pop up on you, trying to like tag you inadvertently on Instagram, trying to sneak Snapchats in.
So trying to make it seem like she knows you, period.
Bingo. Well, no. Not know you, but like trying to make it seem like y'all have a deeper relationship.
Y'all have something going on.
Be all on the Twitter time. Hey, I DM'd you, DM me back. Fam, I sent it DM. Like, why you gotta announce that shit to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that. Don't put on the show for me. Be you.
I've seen some people do that. Like, they'll like tweet you, like, hey, did I leave my brush in your car? Like, nigga, you can privately. Yeah, they be doing
exactly.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's a complete turn off to me. Like, act like, cause my whole thing is like, I like women that are like,
discreet.
That's not only discreet, but just confident in themselves, confident in their own skin. You feel me? Like, I'm with an attractive man. I'm sure it's a lot of women that want him, but he chose me, so fuck them. That's a turn on me. I like that.
So when it comes to paying, a girl should always make a guy pay for shit in the beginning stages.
It depends on the I mean, hold on, let me rephrase this. If you can finesse him into paying, go for it. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like men should be on some more, if we not official, not saying that I won't pay for the first date, but I'm not about to be paying for everything. Like, you need to show some kind of, you know, dedication, some kind of commitment to this relationship too. Okay, I'll pay for the first date. Pick up the tips. Or you come up with the date, you pay for it the next time. It's that kind of thing. Now, when we in a relationship and you actually my girl, I would, you know, if it's up to me, you're not paying for nothing. But in the beginning stages, in the talking stages, show me that you independent. Show me that you don't need me. And that's going to go a lot further. That's going to make me actually want to jump out the window to do more things for you. Rather than, because most women don't do that. Most women just expect a man to pay, and they just sit back and that check come and they pull out their phone and shit like that. You feel me? Like,
some women got it like that though, right?
True.
We can say that.
Which is my type. Another thing, you have to be self-sufficient. Have your own job, have your own car, have your own place, you feel me? So that way when you like, again, you don't need me for anything. I'm not carrying you on my back in this relationship. Show me that, okay, you know what, we get into a little argument or whatever at your crib, nigga, get out. Cause you at your spot, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of chicks that are attractive, I don't mean to take shots, but they don't have their shit together. They just attractive and they get by on being attractive. So most men that entertain them, they gonna jump out the window and do whatever. Oh yeah, girl, come on and move in 2 weeks. So hey, girl, drive my car or different things like that. You feel what I'm saying? So they have a sense of entitlement that prevents them from accomplishing things on their own that they should to be self-sufficient. That's a turnoff to me.
So what are our turnoffs? I want to talk about our turnoffs.
Great question.
So y'all can learn something.
Wait, before we get into this, I want y'all to name turnoffs that y'all gonna stand on. Like, a lot of women name turn-offs and then end up, with a nigga that got those same qualities. But go ahead.
All right, I think number one for me is like if I think that we're on that, boyfriend or girlfriend path, and I see you with other women, I'm gone.
Wait, when you say see me with other women?
In a way that implies that you guys are more than friends. And trust me, we peep it, we see it.
Define implies. I need some clarity.
It's just like a little thing. Like I don't know. It's like a feeling.
Because say for instance, say like me, like I'm a fairly known guy. So if I'm in the club, it's a lot of women that I may know, and I may speak. Oh, hey, how you doing? Boo boo. I'm hugging different women like that. It don't mean that we on that level. It just means I'm being cordial.
No, we always too many female friends is a turn off.
Yeah, that's a turn off.
Nah, it's a difference between y'all right about that. It's the difference between friendship and somebody to be cool with. Now me, I don't have female friends, which is why I say that for that very reason. Well, somebody I consider a friend is my gang, my crew. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that I talk to often. I can be vulnerable with. Like we talk on like we spend a lot of time together. But it's a lot of women that I know and I'm just cool with. I wouldn't classify that as friends.
I wouldn't like if I can go out in public and meet a girl and she claims that you're her best friend, that's a fucking turn off. if I'm meeting a girl who haven't even heard you talk about her in my presence, and she claims to be like your little sister, y'all fucking, or she wants to fuck you, your best friend, cousin, any of that fake family shit, no.
And not only is because she wants to do it, but you're giving her a reason.
You're making her too comfortable.
You're making her way
going around town, fucking claiming you on her fucking.
Don't need to be doing all of that. Like that's a turn off.
So hold tight. Do you guys believe in platonic friendship at all?
If he finds her ugly. That's it. If a man, I will only believe that a man and a female are platonic friendships if the man specifically finds her ugly. Then I know they will never fuck. Or he would have to be in a really low place in life to fuck her. Like,
true.
That's it.
We have the same answer.
No, it's the exact same answer.
Now see, which is what I like about y'all, because y'all keep it real. Most women will say, oh no, I have guy friends that'll never.
Oh, yeah, like, I have guy friends that I know want to fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them.
If they have,
99.9%.
If I open the door for that, like, it would happen.
It would happen.
But, I feel like the guy friends that come around me, like, they know that, like, they wouldn't try it unless
I would have to initiate that situation.
Yeah.
Because I tell women that a lot, those same women that say, oh, I have guy friends that would never. I say, you know what? You're right. Now, next time that y'all go to the club, or next time you go out, right? The club lets out at 2. The club lets out at 2 out here for y'all, right?
Say what?
2 o'clock club is at 2?
Yeah.
You
before occasion.
Bingo. So you send that text message at 2:13 a.m. You say, hey, I had a little bit of drink, but I'm horny right now. The guy I talked to is not available. I'm about to pull up. And you see his response, you'll find out just how platonic that friendship is not. They never wanted to leave with that.
Oh yeah, we know.
All women know the friends that want, that they can get. Like they know. Like I sometimes it just serves us to play dumb sometimes. It's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. It just serves us.
It literally is just to gaslight you guys.
Yeah.
Gaslight until so you can leave us alone. That's it.
Talk about you crazy. Stop acting jealous.
Oh my god, I'm so insecure. Hashtag toxic masculinity.
I know, you be hella insecure right now, right? Chill.
Toxic masculinity always wins. Toxic masculinity.
I gotta just throw that shit out. If he try to be a decent man, he's like, no, I'm not.
So, do you feel like, how big of a role do you think social media plays in the way that we date today?
A huge role. Social media is everything now. 10, 15 years ago, social media wasn't as important, so you actually had to go out to meet people. But 9 times out of 10, most people you talk to, you know a great amount about them before you ever really introduce yourselves. Actually meet, you feel me? Because you done went to their Facebook page, you done seen his mama, you done seen his sisters, who he hangs with, which girls he done talk to. Like, so when you finally, y'all actually meet somewhere, it's like, hey, my name is such and such, but they've been knowing you a long time before that. So that, I feel like, caters to it. I feel like social media, has dropped the attention span of people a lot, too. Back in the day, again, it being so much harder to meet people, you would cherish people a little more. Now, most relationships, okay, I'm one foot in, one foot out, because if this shit don't work, I got 10 women in my DMs that's waiting. And same thing for women. If men got 10 women in their DM, women got 20 in their DM. So it's on some one foot in, one foot out. Show me what you can do for me. Okay, you can't do nothing. Okay, next. Now we going on a date. It's more of that. So the attention span has dropped based on social media.
Yeah, and it's even just within relationships too. It's just so easy because like you guys notice these days, like you will be going back to your ex for years. Like y'all don't ever really break up ever. And then like part of it is social media because like I'm on the timeline and I'm seeing him living his life and stuff. He's seeing me. I'm just like, dang. Kind of want that back.
Yeah.
like it was back in the day when you didn't know what was going on. It was out of sight, out of mind type of thing. But now it's hard.
It's like I have to see you, unless I have to block you. And it's like, damn.
Then
you get even more sad. Like, oh my god.
See,
to be dead. I don't know.
Dang, you see a lot of like women get in a relationship and y'all forget the man y'all got in a relationship with. Now I'm sure this happens both ways. Now what I mean when I say that is that after y'all quote unquote break up, because most people don't really break up, they just take breaks.
Yeah.
But after y'all quote unquote break up and you see him out there and them attractive women he with and he out here doing this damage, you see him on Instagram or Snapchat, all in like the baddest bitches in the city snaps and things like you like, wait a minute, that's he was mine at one point. I forgot what he was capable of. So now I'm reinterested again. That
or even so, like I'll be damned if another girl reaps the benefit of all
the playing I've been through, all the grooming I did.
Speaks back to the competition I spoke about. Women are super competitive, but continue.
No, it really pains us because we remember what you were like when you first came into our hands.
Built you.
And then it's just like all the emotional intelligence that we instilled in you. Men are so much more emotionally intelligent after like having a relationship with a mature woman. And then this bitch is gonna meet you. She gonna think that you just came out like that.
You are who you are because of me, nigga.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not gonna all the way agree with that. I'm not gonna all the way agree with that.
It's true.
Because
niggas don't
half of these girls would not be even flocking for you if I didn't come into the picture in the first place.
You look better. You make
dress
money,
better.
You dress better. You better intellect. Like you just know more. You're a better person now.
And you're more sensitive to women's feelings.
Exactly.
That's true. Because I say that all the time. I tell my wife all the time. I said if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be anywhere near as mature as I was. Now I was mature back in the day, but I was still manipulative because I knew how women thought. And I just knew how to press buttons, you feel me? But like actually meeting a woman, you know, as great as her, and actually like her sitting me down and like, okay, this is what needs to happen. This is how I feel about this. When you did this make me feel this way. And me actually, okay, now I'm kind of getting it a little bit. So now I'm gonna be way more careful in how I handle you compared to a man that's, you know, single most of the time and he just jumping from woman to woman. He not gonna have that same sense of responsibility as far as handling her emotions and feelings. So definitely. Women mature you in that way, and you said earlier, dress better for sure. Because like I said all the time, like some men, maybe you know, a few men can like really dress on their own. You feel what I'm saying? But most men don't really find their sense of fashion until they run into a woman that's like, okay, nah, don't wear them saggy ass pants. Wear this. Don't wear that shirt. You feel me? Wear this blazer. Wear this V-neck or wear this. So like most men, you know, that good women help them find themselves. Y'all definitely right about that.
So what did your wife? What about her made her stand aside from the rest? Like, really?
How much she can identify with me. First off, my wife is from the same hood I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So we come from a wild, salute to Port Arthur, man. We come from a wild place. So it's like for me to meet somebody that doesn't come from that, it's gonna be a certain barrier. You can't really understand. Like I can explain it to you, but if you hadn't been there to live it, you don't really get what I've been through. She was there, so she gets what I've been through. She was super patient with me, but made it known at the end of the day, like she don't have to be here. She don't need me for nothing. You feel me? Like when I met her, she was making more money. So it's like, nigga, I don't need you to be here. You know what I'm saying? But I would love for you to be here. I love you. I would love for us to build something beautiful. So that made me be like, okay. So I really got to step my shit up to get up to that level that she on. You feel me? I can't manipulate. And that's another thing. She didn't go for my bullshit. Again, I know women very well. If you follow me on Twitter, like, and I use that a lot of my life to manipulate them. I couldn't do that. So that was like, okay.
What was her usual response when you would try it?
She would look at me and laugh and shake her head. Nigga, no, you not. And keep going about what she going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just paid me no mind. So it's like, okay, that interests me. Again, it's about showing interest. She made it known that she wanted to be with me, and then let me do the rest. And it's like, okay, so now I've been chasing her for 10 years.
That's good. You should always keep chasing. You should never stop.
Were you guys? Did you guys date on again, off again? Did you guys have a break at any point in your relationship?
Yeah. I mean, but that's most relationships. You know, you have up and downs. You know, not nothing like significant. You know, years apart. Kind of shit. You know, we done broke up before, spent a couple weeks apart, be mad at each other, whatever, and then come back. whether it's me or whether it's her, you feel what I'm saying? But most of the time, you know, we've been rocking. We've been rocking a long time since we was kids. So, you know, again, she identifies with me better than anybody. You know, I know.
I like what you said about how when she would react to, like, you know, your fuck shit, she was like, no, you're not. Yeah, because, like, I know talking with my girlfriends and everything, I'm like, oh, this nigga acting up, but like, you need to cuss him out. You need to run it out. I'm like, no, you're giving him all that power. So you'll never catch me cussing that nigga. I don't be yelling. I don't be doing all that stuff. No, that's not me.
Because I mean, it's a waste of time. Like most men don't like.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, no. Making scenes.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We're talking about turn-offs earlier. Making scenes in public. I don't like that. You feel me? If you got a problem with me and you want to talk, I ain't the kind of nigga that's gonna be a man. I ain't worried about it. No, I'll be like, okay, you want to talk? Let's go talk. But let's go do it in private. We're not about to make a show for all these people around. But a lot of women do that. A lot of women come into that restaurant and be like, hey, get up, make a scene. Everybody looking like, nah.
There's niggas that do that too. One time I had to end a relationship because of that. It's just like, it's one thing to embarrass me, or one thing to disrespect me when we're in private, but to publicly embarrass me, that's a whole new level of disrespect that I just, nope.
That's real.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
What you laughing at? Because you was there? She was there.
She done it before.
She was there.
No, you know me. I'm not that type. I don't turn up in public. That is not me.
You turn up in private?
Yeah. No, she don't. No, not even that too. Like, I'm not a
She'll just be really condescending and then just make you feel
I really feel dumb as fuck.
Like, she won't give you any energy. So if you're an overly emotional man, this is not, you gotta have a lot of control over your emotions.
So you like super nonchalant, talk to you like look down when I talk.
She like the assholes that have a soft side.
Which is 99% of
most women.
Most women have that.
But like, I don't like the whole. I don't like to be emotionally manipulated, and I think that when guys like they're the ones like, oh, I like crazy girls. That's because you like to manipulate them to be crazy.
Yeah.
The thing is,
guys like that.
Yeah, most guys don't really like crazy girls. They like girls that seem like they're crazy. Because it's a difference. You know, real crazy girls, you'll be in precinct 119 somewhere.
Yeah, they'll like make you lose your job.
Yeah, slashing tires, busting out windows, coming up to your job, causing a scene. That's real crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But most niggas out there crazy is just their girl pulling up on them or something like that. That's not real crazy.
Yeah.
Real crazy is, okay, I got cut marks because when we was fighting this one time and it went left, or you know, we didn't fist fought before, you know, different. That's real crazy. Most guys say they like crazy until the crazy actually comes. The real crazy comes.
I find it funny that like you had like a list of like things that are turn-offs, like you're ready, and we kind of had to like really think about it, and we came up with one. You can't have friends. You can't have friends. That was.
There's more turn-offs. But I can think of it.
Go ahead.
I hate guys that are too needy. Like, I don't mind the double text, but I don't like the if I don't respond to your last text message and it's been like a day, like I fell asleep and the next day and you keep texting me, then it's just like, that's a turn off. Like, please be like, understand how frequently I'm responding to you and you have to act accordingly.
Is that because you don't like him?
Great question.
No, because there are some guys who I like though, it's just like, I just don't feel like having this texting conversation. Like, I just don't, I would rather call you at the end of the day.
Oh, so you don't like texting?
Yeah, it's not that I don't like texting, it's not my primary form of communication I care for. The first primary form is just seeing each other in person. Then it will be sending each other tweets, and then it will be having conversations through text.
Well, on the phone.
Yeah, I said that, right?
You said seeing each
other in person on the phone, and then it will be talking. And we see each other in person, talking on the phone, and then it will be tweets. And then it will be like just regular conversation throughout the day. Look at me crazy is because I don't need to have a conversation about what Susan ate for lunch and what Susan ate for lunch and what fucking you're doing on your, you know what I'm saying, and what your workload is looking like. Like, our days are looking exactly the same most days. So it's just like, we don't need to have this conversation all day throughout the day. But we can talk about this funny video, these current events, all of these things. I feel like sending each other things to keep each other entertained throughout our boring ass days is more fun than texting.
For me though, I've never felt like a guy that I liked was too needy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never. Like, yeah, if I like you, I'm a Taurus. I like needy men. Like, I want you to need me. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to talk to me or whatever. But yeah, so like, I've only felt that way because like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't really like you. But if I like you, you're entertaining, and we're always talking about something just that's always interesting to me because we just are like that. Then I've never been like, oh no, you're hitting me up too much. I don't want to talk to you.
See, my thing is, I have a theory going back to what you were saying earlier about, you know, advice for men. Right? I feel like men need to balance how much interest we show early. Same way with women. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of men, like, especially if it's a woman we really like, a lot of us will try to jump out the window and like really like go for like hit her up all day long. Hey, where you at? What you doing? Most niggas' conversation is terrible too, but that's neither here nor there. But it's about like the amount of times he hitting you up. He trying to kick it all the time. He not trying to take you out on dates and pull up. Like most guys go too hard in the beginning. Like boys gotta kind of like temper it down because the more available you make yourself early, the less likely that y'all gonna end up being. Yeah. Because she gonna get annoyed with it. Women like to chase just as much as men. True. And that's a theory that we can get to in another episode. But,
it definitely is true. Because, like, we also want to feel like, you know, oh, we beat out all your little hoes and we were chosen. Yeah. It's sad, but it's true. Like, you know, we like to feel that way. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you chose me.
Goes back to what I said earlier about what?
Competition.
We come full circle.
That's something we need to get away from, though. That's not good for us. Competition amongst
I'm trying to say,
it's not.
I'm trying to say, I feel like women, we lie to ourselves way more than guys do in terms of when it comes to dating. We lie to ourselves so much. We try to cap and act as if we're way more selective than we are. We're less willing to pull up with bullshit. And I feel like the quicker we are to be honest with ourselves, the more we can actually like start raising our standards. So that's why it's just like half the shit that women say about dating, I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
Yeah.
And but going back to like turnoffs. Let's see, what's another turnoff I have for men?
So let's get into it. Let's get into it. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got plenty of them, I'm sure.
I don't know why.
Okay, I just don't. Simi, you're just overthinking it. You're trying to go deep, and you have to like scale it back.
Give me the surface level. Give me the surface
level. If I have to explain when I'm joking to you, that's a turn off. Like you have to have, and you have to be able to talk shit well, because I'm a really good shit talker.
Yeah.
Like if you can't talk shit well, you just like, oh wow. I don't like. I'm trying to say something. Like you have to outsmart me sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like sensitive men. I don't like men. Like you got to be able to like keep up with me. Because I can go. Like, you gotta be able to keep up with me. Like, if I feel like I'm always putting you on new stuff, I'm not interested. Like, you gotta be able to, like, put me on something.
That's fair. So, That's fair. Because I can talk shit as well. So, like, you know, I couldn't date somebody that's super quiet. It wouldn't go well. Because I'm kind of, like, borderline arrogant sometimes. So, you know.
Same. Like, I have an ego. But also, because I have an ego, I need to feel, like, somewhat needed. And like it could be something little, like ask me about like career advice, or ask me like, you know what I'm saying, like make me feel like my opinion is actually valued. That I'm not gonna be with somebody who's just never gonna listen to anything that I say, who always has their own way of doing things, who I just have to be like, whatever, yeah, we'll just go with what you want to. Okay, whatever.
I like that.
You need to be like, I'm good, because if I'm feeling you, I'm gonna observe how you are with your friends. And I need you to not be the bottom.
Keep the same age.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
No, and I'm like, I'm not saying like, I know friendships, like sometimes they have hierarchies or whatever, but then there's always that one nigga, like the follower nigga. Like, I don't that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, don't be a follower. Like, everybody has like, you know, the different roles in the friendship, and everybody brings something to the table. And like, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm the one that's like with the bitches.
The lane.
Yeah, the lane.
Okay, let me tell you one of the biggest turnoffs that I witnessed, and I really cussed my nigga out when he did this. Like, it was like such a turn off. So he had like a roommate that he lived with, like or whatever. And so like every time he was with this roommate, we were all together, he would just try to show out in front of this nigga, right? Yeah. So I made a suggestion once, and this nigga completely dismissed my suggestion, right? His friend looks at me like and laughs like, watch him agree with me right now. He says, yeah, bro, I think we should do what she says. Boyfriend goes, yeah, maybe it might be the better. Yeah, maybe we should go with that type shit. I looked at this nigga like, nigga, what? I literally went off in front of it, because it's just like, don't be that nigga to where other niggas know that you just be listening to your friends, whatever your friends go along with, that your girl's opinion is shit to you, but then your friend's opinion is like the world. That shit is so unattractive.
I think everything that we've said really just comes down to like, make me feel like I matter to you. Yeah. That's really just like
so sad.
Yeah, no, but like I feel like men would feel the same way too. But like make me feel like I matter to you. Value my opinions, value my feelings, value like, you know, what I bring to the table, my time, and everything. Just make me feel like I matter to you. Make me a priority in your life some way.
Just like you said, it goes both ways, because I feel like in most relationships, they're catered around, you know, the guy delivering for the woman, catering to the woman. Yeah. It's never about what the woman can do for him. Like I was watching something the other day, I can't remember what it was exactly, but he was saying like I have implied responsibilities coming into this relationship. Yeah. If we're driving down the road, tire goes flat. Shout out to my boy Dre, he was the one saying this. If I'm driving down the road and my tires goes flat, it's on me to fix it. Trash, we take it out. I gotta take it out. Most times we go out to eat, I gotta pay for it. Like, that's our implied responsibility coming into a relationship. Most women don't have an implied responsibility coming into a relationship. They just show up. And we're just supposed to treat them like queens. And they're supposed to, quote unquote, support us. But what does that really mean as far as definition? You know what I'm saying?
Like, you were talking about cooking. You asked a question about Twitter, like, why do women hate cooking so much?
Yeah.
It's because y'all be bragging to y'all friends every time we cook for you.
But, I mean, if if that's your man.
I mean, we cook for a man. I'm talking about guys that we're not in a relationship with. Because you said girls will let you hit raw, but then they won't want to cook for you.
Oh,
true. They feel like that's too much.
No, yeah, it's true.
And I'm just, for one, I was just like, I don't understand the correlation for one. But two, really though, what's the correlation?
The correlation is that cooking is something that can take you 20 minutes. You're not giving much of yourself because you got to eat too. You're benefiting from that too, right?
Yeah.
And if we having sex raw, I'm benefiting from that more than you.
We're both.
No.
Wait.
I think men underestimate how much we hate condoms as well.
No, we don't. But going back to what you guys said, most men don't have sex well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Most women don't come from intercourse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which means that y'all not benefiting as much as we are, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Bingo. So that goes back to what I'm saying about we benefit more from raw sex, but y'all are willing to do that before y'all cook.
When y'all coming off fast and shit.
Now you stuck like, nigga, is that it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
that's how most sex goes. So we benefit from it more.
I think the thing is with like cooking, for example, I was hanging out with one of my male friends and he asked me if I had any food. He's like, oh, I'm really, really hungry. Do you have any food? I was like, I made some like spaghetti and like chicken the other day. Like, you want like some leftovers? As I'm like, we're having this conversation, his friend FaceTimes him. So he's like talking on the phone. He's like, oh, hey, da, da, da. I'm going. I said, do you want this spaghetti or I give him like a second option. Do you want the spaghetti or do you want this? His friend was like, oh, you got girls cooking for you, nigga? And I said, no. No, nigga, what the fuck?
That was leftovers. That's leftovers.
I said, don't you ever. And he's like, no.
Salute to you, big dog. I see you, big dog.
He's like, no, it's not even like that, bro. It's not even. It's like, nigga, fuck you. This is why.
Honestly, I don't cook for niggas at all.
Never?
On my boyfriend. That's it.
So we gotta be official before you cook
anything.
Wow.
I've never cooked for any guy that like we were not an official relationship.
But have you had sex?
That's not true.
What a guy.
That's not true.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm not gonna say
no names.
One time.
No, it was twice. It was more than once. It was like 3 times. I was there.
Okay, no. Okay. But he had asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said no. So I knew where his heart was.
But you still cook.
But I still cook. But I knew where his heart was. So it's like I don't regret cooking for him. But if I cook for just a nigga and I'm just like, oh, I don't even know. Like, no, I don't do that.
Counts though. We can't dance on both sides of the fence.
It's like, let's just be real, Simi.
No, like it's true. So like we. He asked me to be his girlfriend already, right?
But why did you not say no? Because you didn't think that his ass was being serious.
No,
I didn't know that
I knew he was being serious, but like there was some trust issues that we had to figure it out.
So you guys weren't there yet for a relationship.
Like,
you ain't gotta get into super details.
I'll be real. Like early on when we first started, talking or whatever, he had fucked his ex-girlfriend.
No, wait, was y'all official?
No, we were not official.
Okay,
This is barely. I know, yeah, but this put a bad taste in my mouth. So like I knew that it didn't count, so I knew I should still keep talking to him. Like I shouldn't discount you, But it left the bad taste in my mouth to the point where it's just like, I don't want to jump right. So like we continued to like talk and date, and everything was really cool. Like I didn't feel bad at all like being with him for the next 2 months. He asked me to be his girlfriend. I said I need more time. So this was
because of that.
Yeah, because of that.
2 months later.
2 months later, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why do you feel about that?
I feel like.
Was she doing too much?
Yes, because at the end of the day, like most women, like and most men realize this. Like most men, when we talking to a woman, because like how I said earlier, we got like 5 or 6 different girls that we still hitting, still maneuvering with. Most girls, even if they don't have 4 or 5 men that they hitting or whatever, it's typically one. It's typically an ex.
Yeah.
That whoever gave y'all the great sex before we got there. Y'all still entertaining him while y'all making us wait. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's in the back of our mind.
Yeah.
So him hitting his ex, considering that, I'm trying to give you his mindset.
Yeah.
Is that she's her ex probably still here. So this is on par. You feel what I'm saying? So if I hit my ex and you find out it's fucked up, but You probably still have sex with your ex too. So now 2 months pass, and you still tripping on that? That's not right.
But I feel like in the end she made the right decision. No, his actions were even before the ex situation was questionable.
No.
You know.
Oh, what do you mean? No.
Right?
No, I think you probably took mixing somebody people up. No. Before that, everything was fine. The ex thing happened, and then everything was fine after the ex thing happened. But yeah, like I said, it just left a bad taste in my mouth, and it's just like I don't know, like it's just.
Damn, for 2 months.
But the thing is, like, should I get into a relationship with somebody that I feel like I can't trust fully? Because then those feelings will continue on into the relationship, right?
You're right, but my thing is, why don't you trust him based off of that? For one, y'all wasn't official.
Yeah.
And for 2, you was probably still talking next too.
I wasn't.
I don't believe.
No, I wasn't. I really.
You wasn't going. No dates, nobody calling, nobody texting, no conversation, no nothing. Completely cold turkey.
Completely cold. Yeah. I wasn't talking about. Well, I'm not lying.
I ain't never seen it like that.
Timmy.
Look at her face.
Timmy.
Look at her face.
No, I was thinking of something specific that I know probably caused some insecurities that you did too.
That I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
You know how hard it is to do something like this with your sister? Because you don't want to put her on blast, but you know.
Forgot.
Tell him. Tell him.
You forgot.
Tell him.
Oh, okay.
Tell
you
him.
forgot. I know you forgot.
I was still, entertaining my ex.
And I don't tell him like the real thing that I feel like.
She was putting me on. What are you talking about?
This camera is a safe.
This happened years ago, so it's not relevant. Like years ago.
It's a long time ago.
Wait, y'all were. And you called out somebody else.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you forgot.
I called out.
I know you forgot.
She called out her ex's name.
Ooh. Yeah, I forgot.
You forgot that. Shit.
So that's why I cooked for him, because I felt bad.
Big dog.
That's why I cooked for him. I felt bad.
Big dog.
Shit.
If you watching this, big dog,
You
I
see?
feel you.
He's in a happy relationship.
You wasn't in
He's
the
like,
relationship.
he's in a great relationship.
And we're good.
This happened years ago.
Honestly.
But like, Simi walked into this whole thing like, I'm a saint.
You called another nigga.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. Niggas can't have accidents anymore. Shit.
No. Not that accident. Not that accident.
Yeah, like all the niggas stood
Everybody
up.
from the back like,
They're distraught right now.
What?
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell the full story.
It was muscle memory. Like, because he was the last person that
No,
thought
she
you was
dead ass.
right.
It was muscle memory.
It was the last person I've been with, so it's like natural, like it was muscle memory. Yeah, that's all. I'm sorry. I will apologize.
Wow.
You right.
Yeah.
Big dog, salute to you. You was not wrong. You was not wrong. That's what we were saying. That's crazy.
So y'all telling me that it never happened?
No.
My sister's still at I'm sorry.
You see what happened when I come to the set? This good shit.
The oddity
The
is
truth
still,
comes
it's
out.
like literally all over the
The
floor.
truth
Because
comes
I
out.
don't try to remember the negatives. I just
you-
like
No, I was not entertaining any of my exes. No. I
mean,
do that.
adamant about
She was very
never.
with conviction.
Okay, but when it happened, I wasn't entertaining anybody. Like I said, it was strictly muscle memory. I was not entertaining him. We were not speaking. It was
You do that, you might as well be hitting 5 niggas.
I know.
That's a fact. Like,
And the fact that he even we took me back after that, because after that we even talked with him.
now that I don't understand.
Yeah, I
That
don't.
shit would've been over
I
immediately.
don't know if a nigga would forgive
It'd have been
that.
over immediately.
If we weren't already in a relationship, I don't know if.
I think to him, I honestly think it was just like, okay, we're even now. I fucked my ex. You called his name out. We're even. That's how.
Nah, because I fucked the ex. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when I was there. So that's still debated. You feel me? That's still debated. But you call that man name out to me while I'm smashing?
It's like as soon as I did it, I knew I was wrong.
Now, don't get me wrong.
You should.
Now wait, while we're on the subject, after that happened, what followed that immediately?
Oh my gosh, he was like, "What did you say?" I was like, "Nothing."
That nigga stopped mid-stroke and
He stopped. Yeah, he's like, "What did you say?"
I probably would have finished.
I ain't
But
said
that's
that.
neither here nor there.
No,
I would have finished and we'd have had that conversation.
No. He stopped. I said, "Oh, I didn't say nothing." And then, and then he was just like, "Nah, I heard you. And I said, insert X's name. And then he's like, all right. And then he kept going.
Oh, yeah.
My Jesus Christ, it was the most painful.
My nigga-
I can't even.
I can't even.
taste napkin. But I'm gonna finish.
I couldn't even.
That's a fact.
Like I said, I knew I was wrong. So
my son.
When she came, I can't remember if you came in like once he fell asleep, like Timmy, because I was staying with her over the summer that this happened, and she was just like Timmy, oh my God, guess what happened?
That's some unrecoverable shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
It's no way.
So yeah, that relationship was doomed
from the start.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's a good ending topic. It was
my public embarrassment. Yeah.
Thank you for providing that.
I'm sorry about
take that L for the show.
I am so sorry. I kept on.
She really did though.
I was laughing.
You ain't loyal.
Because I really want our podcast to be authentic. We can't just be spewing lies.
Next time we're gonna talk about some shit that you done.
Call me the fuck out. I own my shit. Okay. But thank you. So wait, actually share all your social media handles with the people.
Hey man, follow me, AskTrillAC on Twitter. Same thing on Instagram. Crew Season on YouTube. Type it in the search box. All our videos gonna come up, man. Salute to the game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's not here in LA with us. Port Arthur. First and foremost, salute to my hood, my wife, baby, I love you. Yeah, we good.
And yeah, Problematic Phase podcast. Problematic Phase _ on Instagram. And then if you have any questions to ask us or anything to discuss with us, you can email us at problematicphasepodcast@gmail.com.
Anything you want to hear us talk about?
We have our other episodes. We're on Spotify, Overcast, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. We're on all those sites. So yeah. Oh, and it's Timi Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks. Simi Ogulea, that's my Instagram. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Bye guys.